This footage is from a robbery on November 1st, 2017, and as you can see, it was past midnight. They say this is when the freaks come out. Well, this is Halloween night. As we see, this guy figured since people will be out tricking, he would treat himself to a free car. He must think this was owned by Oprah. Now, all the sound you hear was added by me as the video was silent. I got real lucky as one of those desks was mine, and he looked around and didn't stumble onto a watch box I had in the main drawer. There was a $500 brand new Oakley watch. Not to mention my box of Snickers bars and assorted sweets. Hey, it was Halloween, don't judge. While I was lucky, some of the other guys said the same, that some had left stuff, and Jose there didn't steal them. Maybe he was nervous and just missed them. One guy left his wedding ring. Let that sink in. I'm pretty sure the wife would have been upset. Plus, why did he have it off in the first place? Where did he go to trick or treat? This was a fun place to work at. We had a fun crew in many ways. The guy who fixed the cars was a little illegal Mexican guy who was cool. He did good work, but anytime the police came by, that brother ran off like he seen the Holy Ghost speak to him. Hilarious guy though, no lie. But sadly, after a while, the owners got into some issues and had to shut down, but a lot of crazy shit happened there. This just being one of many tales. Sadly, it's the only one I was able to capture on my smartphone. Mind you, remember the year this went down? I've sat on this footage for some time and now just got around to putting it out there for all to enjoy. The original cut was slightly longer, but it's nothing major and you lose nothing. Mostly, it's just the lot where he's not on the shot itself, so it wasn't worth keeping. As you can see, he got something, but nothing major was stolen. So one would think he would just be done, right? Well, nope, not Jose here. No way, Jose, as he was ready to get his treat soon. Just needed some time to plot his big surprise. So a couple of hours passed and you would think he's off doing something else. But not our buddy Jose over there. He's back. You see, he went off and returned so he could see if him breaking in would trigger police. Since he saw nobody come by, no cops, so he decided to return to the scene of the crime. Mind you, he found nothing to steal first time, but took the keys to that exact car. Why that car? Who the hell knows? Why does any fool fall in love with the wrong one? As it turns out, he was a so-called prospective client who came in, looked around at some cars, and told our sales guy he wasn't interested in doing the deal and left without showing us his ID or anything. Also, he never did a test drive of the car and he just left. This was days before the car was sold. The people who bought the car didn't know him. They were what we call Black African Americans, and our car thief there was from Ecuador. Slightly lighter on that skin tone too. Jose didn't speak the country's native language, and no, I don't mean Spanish. He spoke that, but he didn't speak the English, since we are in America, after all. This store was in the middle of Hialeah, which is north of Miami, Florida. We had a lot of illegal immigrants come and somehow had found a way to obtain a driver's license and bought the cars cash. Now, mind you, again, check out the year, and now it's 2025. So, way back then, it was a thing that happened under the Obama White House. Remember his cash for clunkers idea? Guess who came in with a lot of cash? Oh yeah, working there was always a catch-22, as we never knew if one day the FBI would show up and shut us down. I can say one thing. 100% legit, all my sales were real and I never sold to illegals knowing they were. Most of my sales were with banks and financed, which made me more money anyway. But working there, it was not hard to see what was happening. But nobody said anything, and the store made good numbers at the time. Sick radio promotions, Sadly, mostly Spanish radio. But they did bring out some great food. Again, don't judge me. Notice him walking around looking for something to break the lock with since he couldn't find a key. Watch what he does as the frustration of his situation begins to kick in. So all his work, and he forgot that the main gate had a major lock, which couldn't be picked or busted easily. He also never found the key for it, so this was a big game on his part. As you can see him scrambling, trying to figure out what his next move is, the guy does find his way to some good luck after he goes to the right side to view the fence. While looking, he finds a bolt cutter and was able to complete his mission on the darkest day of the year, Halloween night. Also, for those wondering, yes, we caught him. The man didn't figure in one thing we added to all the cars we had brought to us. These were not there to be fixed. The one he takes was being sold and was going to be picked up in a few days as it needed a little work, and our Mexican little guy was going to fix it for the clients. Can you picture the shock on the faces when they returned and we had to explain to them what happened to the car they paid for? That was something I had to do as a manager. But like I said, we caught him since the car all got a GPS device on them once sold. So just his luck. Easy pickings, really. This is priceless footage. He finds a way to cut the fence on the right side and drives right off with the car. Maybe the demons and evil spirits were with him as he was able to pull this trick off and take off with the car he so badly wanted.